Aloha YouTube, what is going on? Untied Hawaii here, coming at you with another Q&A video. A lot of great questions in here, and these are all coming from the channel members. So if you guys don't know about the channel memberships, really quick, what you guys got to do is hit join down below. If you guys do hit that join button, you guys are able to join up for channel memberships where you guys get a lot of perks, $10 off the web store, able to ask these monthly Q&A questions, and also able to access the secret drops for the untiedhawaii.com store. So that's important, man, because those drops have been going very, very good in my opinion. Every single month we've been getting more and more people signing up, which means more and more shoes drop for you guys. For this month, let me see what I can do. I think I talked about it already. This is a Yeezy Cream. I mean, it is dead stock. You guys can see the tags and stuff on there. Does anybody want this one for like 50 bucks? We'll drop this one for $49.99. So this will be on the channel membership for $49.99. $50 Yeezys. It's fully authentic, obviously. You guys saw me open it from Adidas. It is cheaper because you guys are basically pooling your money in the channel memberships to make shoes like this possible for you guys. Because every dollar you guys put in, it goes back to you guys in the form of discounted shoes. So that's my philosophy behind that. It's been going good so far. $49.99. What is another one that I can do? I mean, I did double up on these Kith Cokes too. So do you guys want this one for like $100? Yeah, let's sell it for $100. Anyway, channel memberships, that's what it is. Let's get into the questions now. Question number one comes to us from Daniel C. And Daniel C asks, do you have a pair of sneakers that you have an emotional attachment to? What's the story behind them? Now, this is a very good question, and I have a good answer for this one. Now, this is my answer right here. The reason why this shoe is like very near and dear to my heart is because this shoe was created by Sneakerhead in the Bay. It was a collaboration with Saucony and a bunch of YouTubers. And Sneakerhead in the Bay, OG YouTuber, you guys know him. He actually gifted me this pair when I had like maybe 10,000 subs or something. It was a very small number, which it was really humbling and motivating for me, you know, man. Like, to be on the come up like that, and you know, to have somebody that has 500,000 subs, I think now, you know, recognize your channel and see potential in you, like that was important to me. So even though I can't fit this, unfortunately he said an 11.5 and I can't fit an 11.5, I still keep it because it's like motivation for me, you know, like I want to live up to the expectations of my peers, and I still see this channel as a small channel. But I don't know, I guess people like you guys behind the camera watching right now like have faith in me and what I do, and this is just like a symbol that, I don't know, there's people out there that are good-hearted and that they think highly of me in this channel. I don't know, man. See, I'm getting all sentimental about it too. I don't, whatever. Anyway, that is the shoe that I have to answer for that, Daniel. Thank you for your question, man. These are some tough questions you guys are asking, man. So Maddie Hartman, what's your favorite childhood memory and how has it fueled you to be who you are today? Oh, that's a tough one. My childhood wasn't necessarily a pleasurable one, I would say. A lot of stuff happened with me and my family when we were growing up and stuff, and it was a very difficult situation to be in growing up. So I'm not really sure if I have a favorite childhood memory. There's a lot of good ones, obviously. I mean, everybody still has good memories, but I think the thing that has fueled me the most is probably just the memories of my dad working. Yeah, this is a hard one to talk about, I guess. So yeah, so it's a memory that sticks with me a lot and that has fueled me over the years. Is not a pleasurable one, like I was saying. Basically what happened was when I was a kid, we were growing up in Vegas, right? And my dad worked a lot. Like, he's a server. He's been like a server his whole life. So he's been working at like the Rio Hotel and stuff, and like fine dining. And he wasn't really around a lot at night. And that kind of like put a strain, I guess, on our relationship. So basically what happened is that I was getting frustrated because a lot of my friends' parents were like doctors and they were like lawyers and they were like, you know, positions of like high status and like commanded a lot of money and stuff. And I had my dad over here who was a server, and at the time I was like a young kid. I was like maybe 8 or 9. I remember getting frustrated and telling my dad, like, why can't you be like this? Why couldn't you be like this person's parent? Why couldn't you be a doctor and stuff? And it's really like embarrassing for me to like have like, you know, tell my friends what you do and stuff. And like I was a young kid and stuff, right? So that really hurt my dad because that was one of the first times I seen my father like cry. And that really like fueled a lot of my come up after that. Like, for one, obviously I felt terrible because you guys know I talk about staying humble in this channel a lot and stuff. And as a kid, I didn't really see it like that. So that was hard. So after that, that fueled me to never ever discredit somebody's position ever again like that, because whether you work as a doctor, whether you work as like a server and stuff, what you're doing for that job is that you're providing for your family. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, as long as you do it and you grind at it, right? So that fueled my intensity for seeing things from other people's perspectives, for one. And it also fueled me by saying, you know, I don't want my own kid to ever say this to me. I know it hurt my dad a lot, that's why. And we've obviously reconciled and stuff about that since then. But you know, it just affected me in a way that I just said, I want to be better and I want to do better, which is why I went to, you know, get my undergrad in psychology, and I ended up getting my master's degree in counseling. So I had a good position, you know, so I could like be proud of that. Yeah, that was a tough one, man. And I guess, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I didn't ever think I would talk about that on this YouTube channel, but I don't know what kind of struggles you guys are going through, and I don't know what kind of hardships you guys are going through, and that makes me want to get personal with you guys and makes me share my stories, because you guys see the sneaker aspect of me, and that's one aspect of me. There's a whole bunch of depth and just different things going on with Bryson, not Untied Hawaii. And I want to share that with you guys because we are family, you know, we're Ohana, and I want to live up to that. That is that. Anyway, let's see what else we got, man. This is getting depressing. Let's get something going here. Do we have any nice questions in here? Robert Strickland asked, and I feel like I answered this guy's question a lot because he has good questions. He asked, what are some of your top non-sneaker grails, clothing, art, etc.? This is a really good question. So for me, what I really want, like eventually in life, is to have a KAWS figure, one of those 4-foot KAWS figures, you know, the ones that are like standing super tall, like that would be like the size of like the cases, like that tall. But those things are like $30,000 or like $40,000. It's super expensive, but I think that would be just super sick to have because they're so limited, and because you guys know, obviously I have a passion for like KAWS art and stuff, so I think that'd be really cool. Also, I do want to try to get some more like kind of like art going on in this room, so eventually it would be super sick to like own like Takashi Murakami paintings or KAWS paintings and stuff like that, where it's like hype beast stuff, but at the same time it's art, you know, like actual modern art. So that is my answer for that. For clothing, I don't really have any grails for clothing per se. Like you guys see me, like I'm wearing pretty basic stuff all the time, so I don't really like see myself as like a flamboyant dresser or anything like that, so I don't think I have any like, you know, clothing grails per se. Art though, definitely, so that is one. That's a great question there. Jackson Keller asked, what's your favorite video you've ever posted and why? Now that was a really good question because I had to think about that. You guys would think, okay, it must be like a super expensive beater box, like a 5,000 beater box, or you know, one where you got a whole bunch of grails and stuff, and that's actually not the case. So I think my answer for that would be the one where like we're vlogging with my friends Austin and Cody, and we were doing like the Keymaster game, and I lost a lot of money that day, but it was just really fun, you know, to do videos with your friends and stuff, and I want to get out and do more vlogs. So when I have the time and availability, I'm going to be doing that more because the vlogs are more fun for me, you know, like I get to show you guys like my world, and I get to hang out with my friends, and I get to film things that are like really fun and exciting and different, and I think that's cool because it's like more interaction. So that would probably be my favorite video right now. If you guys want to check that out, I would link it somewhere up here or something, or it'll be there. Now, this is a good one. Reg Gabin, I hope I'm saying that right, Reg. Is it okay to not know every sneaker and call yourself a sneakerhead? For example, people who just started collecting pairs and sneakers. I would say that you can be a sneakerhead as long as you have a passion for shoes. To say that you know every single sneaker is impossible. There's nobody in the world that does that because there's thousands, hundreds of thousands of shoes, man. Like, can you tell me every single model of Puma? Can you tell me every single model of New Balance? You can't. That's the problem. So you can't know every single shoe. Now, if they asked, can you know like every single Jordan? Even that is difficult because, I mean, since 1985, how many Jordans have dropped? A lot. And they've retroed a lot. There's really just a plethora of information to know. We have limited like thinking capacity, right? And like if you're really like absorbed so much that you remember every single fact about shoes, that's amazing, like congratulations. But for most people, I would say 99.9% of people, you know your favorites and you know things that have sentimental value to you or you grew up with, and that's pretty much it. It's impossible to know every single thing about a sneaker, which is why I think that it's impossible to say that if you don't know about shoes in general, you can't be a sneakerhead. I myself like didn't know about shoes until 3 years ago. Like you guys saw my early beater box unboxings, and even some today where I just kind of open things up and I maybe get the name wrong or I get the facts wrong, but It's because like you learn as you do it, and if you collect later in life or you started collecting today or yesterday, you're obviously not going to know as much as the guy who was collecting since 1985. So it's this weird thing where like people like want to have superiority, I guess, over each other, where it's like, you don't know that, man, what the heck's wrong with you? But for me, you know, like I don't ever knock anybody for like trying to figure out things about shoes. Like that was me, that still is me. We learn every day, we grow every day, guys. So I want to say, yeah, you can be a sneakerhead and not know things about sneakers. Try and learn about the culture though. That's important. If you like show effort that you're trying to figure out, okay, this was when it was released, this is why, this is the backstory behind it, then that is what I would consider a sneakerhead. Somebody that actually has a passion for shoes and is trying to put themselves into the culture. Great question there, man. That is actually a really, really good question. So we'll end on this. So Arlene Cuevas asked, in the last Q&A, you mentioned that you might have considered a different major in college and different career path. What other options have you explored? If you guys didn't watch that video about college and stuff, it's a very important video. So if you guys want to learn about my like take on college, check that video out. But when I first got into college, I think the first thing I wanted to do was I wanted to be a psychiatrist. I ended up taking chemistry 151. I couldn't do it, man. Chemistry is very tough. And I just was like, I can't do this. Like, it's going to be very hard. And I have to learn all about all these chemicals and like interactions with like pharmaceutical medicines on how they interact with the human mind. It was very overwhelming and I was like, okay, I can't do that. So then I took a look at physical therapy, kinesiology, and rehab science. Now, that one also required chemistry, so I was like, what's going on? Like, all these things that I want to do is like things that I have difficulty with, and I tried at it, man. Like, I took the chemistry class, I tried it out for like a semester or whatever. I got a C, which, if you guys know, like if you're trying to get into the medical fields and stuff like that, C's won't cut it. So instead of taking the class again, I was like, I want to reevaluate what I want to do. Later after that, I ended up getting a degree in psychology from my undergrad, and I wanted to be like a psychologist, which there's two different kinds of psychology, right? So there's a psychiatrist that can like give medicine, which is what I originally wanted to do. And then there's a psychologist where you're just kind of focusing on like, you know, non-medicine related stuff and just kind of helping people through like kind of like therapy and counseling and stuff. So that's what I was looking at for that. However, in Hawaii, like our schools are pretty limited, like in terms of colleges and stuff. And I wasn't really ready to travel to the mainland just yet. Because of that, I had to find a program that was like, you know, counseling based and stuff that I could actually do here. And that's how I ended up with my vocational rehabilitation counselor position. So that's how that kind of came full circle. But you guys can see like that connection that I made with everything, where I want to help people, whether it be healing their mind through psychology or like healing their body through physical therapy. I like helping people. So that was like my kind of like career journey on like how I figured things out and what I wanted to do. And it came full circle. And I mean, I don't know if I'm helping people in the sneaker world, but I feel like I have a platform now where I can talk about this stuff more and hopefully just even just affect one person's life, you know? So that's my thinking on that, man. These Q&As really get me talking, man, and it really gets me like introspective and stuff. So thank you guys so much for the questions that you guys ask, and thank you guys for watching this video. Like I said, if you guys are not channel members, feel free to join if you guys want to. There's chances for like channel membership drops and stuff. Additionally, you just kind of support me and you support the channel, so I can't thank you guys enough for that. So thank you guys for what you do. I love you guys so much, and until next time, guys, stay humble, stay blessed, take care. I will see you guys in the next video. Aloha. Shoots.